So this is part 4. I promise this is the last part. And at this point, you should have 3 different layers. You should have the pattern, and you should have your edited scan, or I'm sorry, your overlay, which you won't really notice disappearing, and then your background. Okay, I'll bring them back. So you want to make sure you're in the pattern layer first. Okay, so make sure that's highlighted over here on the on your left, I think, and then my right. And then where it says normal, click on here, and you're going to select a different blending mode. This should be familiar because we've used this before in your wanted poster. Go to overlay, so it makes it look transparent. Alright, go ahead and hide that layer for me. And I also want you to hide your background layer. Okay, and then make sure your overlay layer is the one that's selected and highlighted. What you're going to do is you're going to come over to the toolbox over here. You're going to select your magic wand tool. This is another selection tool. You're just going to click inside just the white area. Okay, and I don't know if you've noticed, but it's pretty much selected everything except the face. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to go to select inverse, so it does the opposite, and then bring back your background layer and bring back your pattern. Actually, I totally messed up on that. I'm sorry. Here, let me do this again. So hide this. Actually, don't do select inverse. Go, I just get confused. So, inverse again. Sorry about that. Don't inverse. And then bring everything back. And then make sure you're in your pattern layer and then hit. So, you've selected your face, or everything but your face. And so, when you're back in the pattern layer, when I hit the delete key on the keyboard, all of that should disappear except for the layer, you know, the pattern over the selection of your face. I know that's really confusing, so I'm going to repeat it. Okay? So I'm going to hit Edit Undo and just start over because I know that wasn't very clear. Alright. So you have all 3 layers. Go ahead and hide the pattern, hide the background, grab the magic wand tool, just click, oops. And see, I'm not in the right layer, that's why it did that funky selection. So again, make sure you're in the right layer. So again, I'll try this. So again, it selected everything, so all of the negative space is selected except for my face. Bring back your pattern, and bring back your background layer. Make sure you're in the pattern layer before you hit the delete key. Then you hit the delete key on your keyboard, and so everything should sort of kind of cut away so that you only have the pattern left on the face. Go to select, deselect, okay? And right now it's a little hokey looking. It's not blended enough. So what you're going to do, you're going to stay in your pattern layer, and then you're going to go to the opacity right here in your layer palette and just kind of play around with the opacity and move it kind of, you know, so it looks like it's coming from within the skin. So that looks a little better. You can also try playing around with some of the different overlays. So I had just selected overlay, but you could try soft light, and again play around with the opacity to see kind of what sort of effects you can get. But again, you're going to have to play around with this blending mode, and then change the opacity around until you get something that you like. And this part of the tutorial is pretty easy. So I'm just going to try a couple things. I'm just going to get back to overlay. Alright, and so it kind of has this sort of dreamy, like Indian, sort of exotic feel. And again, you can do this with other scans. So it's up to you. I mean, I'm going to be grading on the quality of this project. So it's, you know, I'd rather you spend your time doing one really good one where you've taken the time to edit, and clean it up a bit, and you know, if you really enjoy doing this project, you can certainly take another scan and try the same thing. It's easy to do the layer via copy and then the overlay with the tattoo. You can try it on the hands if you have one with your a scan with your hands, and also you can try a different layer. I mean, you can try a different pattern. So you have, you know, hopefully have more than one pattern you can play around with. Okay. So again, just kind of go through and show you the finished product. So we started, well, I don't have the original scan. Here, I'll save this. So when you're done, go ahead and save it. File, save as, and then again, try to rename it. So green, I'm going to do tattoo. So that's my first one I've named. Okay. And then I am going to bring up the original scan so you can see the difference. Okay, there's my original. Right, so I should probably switch that around. So I went from this to something like this. And again, some of your scans this isn't the best scan, and I saw some of the scans you guys did, and you probably have better ones that will look better with this project. So again, I encourage you to work hard. If you need to rewind or look back at any of these videos for help, please do so. If you do need help, before you ask for help, you know, try to do it first. You know, don't try it once and then if it doesn't work out the way you want, give up. You know, keep trying, and then if you really can't figure it out, then ask for help, because a lot of times you guys give up too easily, and then some of you, I think, expect me to sit down and do it with you from start to finish, and I just can't do that. And when you're done, just save it. Make sure you can find it later. Don't expect me to know where it is, and if you, for some reason, don't save it properly, guess what? You're going to have to redo it in order to get credit. Okay? So this is the tattoo portrait tutorial, and I hope you enjoy it, and please try to do a good job for me.